Hello and welcome to Two Tangle Tuesday, where we do two tangles in 20 minutes or less. Today we're going to be doing Bolly and plot. I'm going to start off by making a frame, put a dot in each corner, and connect that with my pencil. So Bolly starts off by using a set of 3 dots that are kind of in a triangle shape. So I'm going to put them in each of the corners and I'll show you what I mean. Like that, okay? Now the next thing that we're going to do is put a couple of bollies in between the corner ones. Now, Bolly kind of changes a little bit, not drastically, depending on how many of these that you put in. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to evenly put in 2 in each of these sides. Okay, so let's see. It's okay if there's too much space there. And then I'm going to flip this over, use this to figure out where I'm putting the triangles on this side. Just eyeballing it though. Okay. And now let's do this side. All right, and I just usually just like to take a look, make sure that my circles are the size that I want them to be. And if there's some that look a little small, you can just darken them and make them bigger if you want to. Okay, and that's the first part, okay? And like I said, you can do a lot more if you want to, but since we have a bijou towel, we're going to do a little bit less. Okay, and so then what we're going to do is we're going to connect some of these dots. So basically we're connecting the right side of one set of dots to the left side of the other set. Okay. And I'm bowing down pretty far if I can. Like I have space that I'm going to be bowing down. In the corners, you're not going to have as much space, so just do the best that you can. And they're rarely going to be even, but that's okay. It'll still look cool. Okay. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to aura on the inside, and we're going to connect it. And one of the things to make this look even better that we need to keep in mind is that we're going to kind of go deep in there and make sharp points. So like this. And it's a thin aura. I don't want anything too big, but you can see I'm making sharp points there when I go in there. Okay. And the reason that I said try to get sharp points is that we kind of round off all of these points. So, and by that I mean we kind of make a little tiny arc and then color that in. And now what we're going to do, and I guess you could have done this part first, is we're going to make some lines into onto the channel that you've kind of made. Okay. And so I'm going to actually just put kind of a line up here because we know that that's supposed to be together, and then just make more. So, because it can look funny depending on where you put that line. So, like trying to connect the top line to these might be, it makes it not look so great, especially when you have like some tall ones like over here. I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay, so that's basically what you do. And that is Bolly. Okay, so the next one that we're going to do is going to be plot. There's a lot of different things before we get to plot. There's a lot of different things you can kind of do with Bolly when you make it into like a ribbon tangle. You could, you know, put some flowers like on the bottom of these little things, and yeah. So now we're going to do plot. Now for plot, I always get over exuberant with my stems. It is kind of a floral-ish. Not really. It doesn't look like any flower I know. I get a little over exuberant. So I'm just going to put a little bit of pencil right there just to mark to myself that, hey, this is where you might want to stop. Alrighty. So I'm going to start over here, and I am going to make, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to make 2 parallel lines, okay? And then what we do is we draw and color the sides, and then we're going to kind of build like a little stack. So like that. And this is why I gave myself that little guideline, is because we stack it up pretty high. And then the next step is to put in an orb, and I like to color it in a good bit. And then we are going to aura that orb twice, like that, okay? And then I'm going to make another. Cross the net, use the holly bomb method. And then let's put one more in, but we're gonna kind of put his little stem over here, I think. We'll have him bending down a lot. There we go. And that is my 3 plots. Oh, whoops, I forgot a little piece of stem there. Okay, now let's get to shading. Alrighty, the first thing that I'm gonna do real quick is just kind of remove that pencil line that I put there to make sure that my plot didn't go over too far. Alrighty, so I am going to kind of go around the edges here. Just a couple, just maybe on the corners. It's a pretty busy tile, so we really don't need to have a lot going on. So I like to use the graphite that's on my tortillon, so it doesn't get over heavy, but that really, I feel like that kind of makes the plot in here pop, almost like this border here almost turns into like a curtain or something that's opening on 4 sides, which is a little weird, but oh, let me see what I can get up here. Okay, I might need a little bit. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any. All right, I think that looks really, really, really good. And actually, since I do like it so much, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually darken it a little bit to make that plot like really pop out of there. Okay, and that also means that I'm going to leave the edges of Bolly alone. So before I said I wasn't going to do a lot of shading, but after doing a little bit, I realized I wanted to add more. So you can always add more. So I'm one that just, it's like a recipe. You can always add more salt, but you can't take it out. So, and sure, you could erase all this, but who wants to do all that? Okay. I think I smoothed all that out. Alrighty. We're going to give the plot a little bit too. It really, it doesn't matter what you do with the plot. I'm just going to give it a little graphite here on the stem. Whatever's already on my tortillon there. And then I think I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to have the middle be graphite of each of these. And just smooth that out. And then I think I'm going to actually leave it because I think if I kind of put it in the middle here, it might muddy it a tiny bit. So, because I was thinking, oh, I can just do that. But, yeah, I might just put a little bit here at the top. So it doesn't look like it's missing something. But there is my Bolly and plot.